Man, I don't know why when I try to start these live streams, I always get a little stressed out at the beginning. I think we are live, and I'm glad to say I am officially 22 years old now. Probably move the camera just because the glare from my... Just trying to move into a position where we're like... Yes, it looks like we got Daily Reacts and Dalek Lord watching the live stream right now. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining me tonight. All right, just because like with my last live stream, like how kind of big of a success that was, I'm just really wanting to do another one again, especially the fact that I've not been active on YouTube in like a long time. Like, well, I mean, not really a long time, but it's just like at least like just a couple of months. Just because things have, like, as always, they're kind of just really busy for me. Trying to see if I can. I don't know if I can't remember if I had that same problem with being here, like being with last time. It's just like with the glare from my ceiling light. Just trying to figure out the best way I can do this. And I mean, it doesn't matter. You can still see me, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, but it has been also a while. The fact that now, like, my hair is kind of almost like really bushy and long. But as I said before, I am officially 22 years old now, and I'm basically going to kind of do the same thing I did with the previous stream, kind of at least the same subject matter of how we're going to do it. So, but the fact is that it's probably not going to go as long as the previous stream was, because just for the fact that I have to work tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to go too extremely late for this. But we're still going to still do some of the same things that we did with the previous stream. First, start out with playing some video games, and then possibly like watch a TV show. And which I'll let you guys decide on which one we watch. And then for the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to watch one of 3 Godzilla movies that I will let you guys decide on which one we are going to watch. So, but as for right now, I'll just kind of explain a little bit of things other than where, just kind of like where I've been at. Well, the other rejects were probably bound to join. They just kind of been out of action for so long. And speaking of which, I know I've been trying to get the next Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla adventure out. Originally, it was going to be like the Christmas special, but it has long since been past Christmas, so I had to reorganize how I'm going to do this Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla adventure. So luckily, I'm able to use some clips for like what I was originally intending for that, because I still think it could really fit in well. And some of the clips I got were like extremely funny. But basically what I'm thinking this plot of what this Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla adventure is going to be about is just that Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla, they're just trying to find something fun to do, because it has been pretty much a year since they've last been in action. So they're just trying to do something. They're just trying to find something to do. And then it's going to also be the first time that Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla see Hashima out of his Psycho Ranger form. So I think that'll be a kind of a fun thing to do as well. And it's kind of like I'm trying to think of something very interesting to do for the ending of it. But anyway, so that's at least the plan I have for the Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla adventure. But some other videos I'm planning on doing is of course, with this live stream. And then I have a tour review that I am in the process of editing, so I hope to have that out by next week. And then I have another tier list idea, but it's probably going to be one of the more weirder tier list I've done. It's not going to be like something I did with the not the Titanos, the Godzilla movie tier list. It's going to be something just a little more interesting for me. Well, I mean, not to say that the Godzilla movies are not interesting for me, but just it's going to be an interesting topic to cover. So anyway, so another thing I wanted to discuss was that just for the fact that some of the things I've been doing while I was away, other than the usual things of like, I'm still in college, I have a job now, but just kind of like, just a couple of days ago, I went to MegaCon of Orlando, and if you're probably wondering, is there going to be a vlog video of that? Sadly, no, there's not going to be a vlog video of MegaCon, just because the fact that with my original MegaCon vlog, for me, the vlog videos, I just don't really know what to do with them anymore. So it's like, I've been really debating on if I should really continue making vlog videos whenever I do go to certain places. So, but with MegaCon, it's like, it's so weird with the conventions because I want to show like interesting material, but with MegaCon this year, there was nothing really interesting for me to show. Like, pretty much for the majority of the time while I was there, I was just kind of like walking around in the shopping area. And I actually will show you guys some of the things I got at MegaCon, because it was almost like it wasn't really an early birthday present for me, but it was just kind of it was just something fun for me to do that was so close to my birthday anyway. So I will show you guys some of the things I got. And then as well as that, there was another convention I tried to do a vlog video on, but once again, I ran into the same problem of even though there was a lot of interesting stuff going on while I was there, I just wanted to enjoy the convention, and there was nothing I could really make a video on. So it's just with the vlog videos, I'm wanting to like create something interesting for people to watch. But it's just like, if I do another vlog video of the conventions, I feel like it's just going to be repeating myself, because with the original MegaCon vlog, it's just going to be showing me going around the convention, looking for stuff, and then going to some panels or meeting a possible guest, which this year at MegaCon, I was able to meet Tara Strong. She's the voice actress for like many cartoon characters. So like, I know she's the voice actress for Raven from Teen Titans, Twilight Sparkle from Hello Pony, Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents, Dill Pickle from the Rugrats, I believe. Just like a bunch of Harley Quinn, some of like the DC movies. So, but the previous year I went to SuperCon in Miami, and this is the biggest thing, is that I do prefer going to the Miami SuperCon, just because that everything down there is a lot more interesting. And like, to make a comparison, just like when I was interacting with Tara Strong, it was on a Saturday, and it was during the weekend. So it's like, obviously the convention's like very busy. And it's just like, I don't know how it's possible, but it's just like, I'm going to borrow a term from my job, which is at my local zoo, is that just the guests aren't really that engaging with their fans. And it's just, I kind of felt that same way with Tara Strong. But when I was at Miami, I was able to meet Johnny Young Bosch, the Black Ranger for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as a whole bunch of anime characters. And then, man, I'm wishing I remembered her name, but she's the voice actress for Shinobu Kocho from Demon Slayer. And just my conversations with them were very interesting. Like, with Johnny Young Bosch, I showed him the video from my Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie review, was showing the frog tribute of that I'm a frog and I know it pardon me. He was really impressed with like how I edited the whole thing together. So I mean, it was really funny. And then with Erica, like her name was Eric. Like, yeah, that was it. I know her first name. It's Erica, but with Erica, like I got an autograph from her, and I'll show you guys that just in a little bit. But the thing was that I asked her the question of that. It's a popular fan theory in Demon Slayer that one of her most notable lines in that series is called. She basically says, like, look how beautiful the moon is tonight. So some people theorize that whenever she says that, that's her basically telling somebody that she loves them. So I asked Erica that question, even though she probably has nothing to do with like how the script writing works, because it's dubbing from the Japanese animation. So it's like she has nothing to do with like what the intentions behind the line is. But she thought it was an interesting theory to say that it's her way of telling somebody she loves them, because she said that to Tanjiro and then Gyu. And Gyu is also voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, so it was kind of really funny. So like now she told me that she's now putting that in her head canon of like whenever she says that line. So it was very interesting because I was surprised that she never heard that theory before. So it was kind of cool to mention that to a voice actress. So it's just like with Miami, there's a lot more interesting stuff for me personally whenever I go down there. But then with just MegaCon, it's like pretty basic, and there's not a lot of interesting things. And I think I mentioned that in my MegaCon vlog. So yeah. Now before I show you this, show you the stuff that I got from the convention, I think we might as well try to decide on which video game we should play first. But I'm going to offer this suggestion to you guys because I don't want to make this stream too long, because we still got to make time for watching one of the Godzilla movies. I'm giving you guys the option of either I can play one of the selected video games, or at least two of the selected video games I'll show you, because I've gotten several new video games to play, or we can not do the video games, but instead watch a couple episodes from a selected TV series. So I'll give you guys the option of which one we should do. So it's either video games and no watching like TV shows, or we skip video games, do a TV show, and then go into watching a Godzilla movie that I'll show you guys. So I believe so. It looks like 3 people are watching now. So I'll let you guys just kind of decide on which one we should do. So, but I might as well show you guys at least a collection of video games and things that we can watch if you want to help that decision making process. So, some of the selected TV shows I'm offering up on the table. The original Ultraman series, so we can watch a couple of episodes from that. The series Knight Rider, and if you guys have not seen this show, it has David Hasselhoff in it, and he is pretty much a kind of a big part of my childhood. I got introduced to David through the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So, because in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, he played the lifeguard, and it's technically from a different series called Baywatch. But in Knight Rider, he basically gets a talking car, which his name is Kit. And one of the things I did at MegaCon is I had an interaction with one of the main pieces from that TV show, Knight Rider. And then, obviously, as we did in the last stream, is that the Super Sentai series. So we can start off with, we can either do more of the Go-Go 5, or we can do Super Sentai Die Ranger, which is technically the second, in this case, it would be the second season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but these guys are a completely different team. They have different costumes, but they have the same Zords that are found in the season 2 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So, and then of course, obviously Mega Ranger, which kind of takes the place of Power Rangers in space. So those are the TV shows that are up on the table. And then with video games, I've gotten a couple of new ones, especially because since after Christmas, I got the video games that I was wanting. But then also as well, I was able to get this for my birthday, which was Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles. So this is a new one. I have not played it yet. So and then as before in the last stream, there's the Spirit of the North, that little Fox game. And then one of the games I got for Christmas, Sonic Frontiers. And this is another one I got from before I showed before, but Shantae, the half genie hero. Just trying to make sure the glare's not showing. And then even though I didn't get this one for either my birthday or Christmas, I got it for myself, but Skyrim, the anniversary edition, so it has like all the DLCs in it. And then Attack on Titan video game, The Final Battle. I know on my screen it looks like it's reversed, but I believe you guys are looking at it correctly. And then a really big one, and I know Daily Reacts, he has been playing this game recently, but Hogwarts Legacy. And then the same thing that we did with the last stream, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Now, I'm not as hesitant. I'm kind of hesitant to do this one again because obviously I don't want to be repeating. I don't want to be repeating what happened in the last stream. And the fact is that obviously, as evidence from the last stream, I have to really be focused on the game to prevent myself from getting jump scared by especially Roxanne Wolf. And specifically, I'm now at a part in the game where I'm kind of stuck, so to say. It's just I'm at the part where you had to turn on the lift for the main stage, and now you gotta race back to the front where Freddy is on the stage and have to prevent yourself from getting caught by Chica, Roxy, Monty, and then as well as Vanny, which is the bunny character in this game. So it's like I've been trying to do that for several times, but each time I've been getting either caught by Vanny or the bane of my existence, even though she's probably my favorite character in that game, Roxanne Wolf. She is a really smart wolf. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I've been really debating. I've been wanting to make a piece of fan art of myself trying to hide from Roxanne, but she's like, I know, she's like peeking out from behind a corner, and she's like, I know I'm your favorite, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't like you now. So I've been really wanting to make a piece of fan art for that, but just I haven't had time to. And then another one I got for Christmas was Gotham Knights. I played a little bit of this one. And then finally, the last other game I got for Christmas was the Atari 50 Anniversary Collection. So it has like a whole bunch of games from the Atari era of time. So it comes from games from their arcade days, where it was like when people actually had to put quarters in arcade machines. Then their home consoles, like the 2600, the 5200, and then the 7800, then the Atari Jaguar, and then as well as the Atari Lynx. So it's a whole bunch of games from that period of time, as well as that they include a lot of history about Atari. So that's kind of like it's a really interesting thing. I've played a little bit through the beginning of it, more so like I'm right now on their like arcade era of time, because they split the games into like a timeline. So they kind of have a first section which is mainly for like how Atari started, as well as like their era, their kind of arcade era of time, and then it moves on to the 2600 era of games, then the 5800, and then kind of goes on until like the present day, basically. So those are the games that we have up for selection, as well as the TV shows. So right now I'll let you guys kind of just decide while I bring out the different things for while I bring out the things for that I got from MegaCon, as well as the stuff I got from SuperCon, because I kind of missed out on showing you guys the stuff from that convention. Just also read a little bit of the comments, because I know you guys been commenting a little bit. Yeah, so far, like Gallic Lord and Daily Reacts, you guys have been really commenting. It's saying that also one more person's on here, but I don't know who it is yet. Yeah, so it's definitely, I think it's definitely cool that I really I kind of do wish I was born in that era of time when the Atari was kind of at its peak, but I'm glad I was born when I was born. I'm 22 years old now, so I mean, of course, I'm called the retro reject, even though I don't know if you count 2001 as being retro, but I think now you would call it retro because it's been 20 to 22 years since then. All right, so it looks like it looks right now we're kind of at a I don't know. Right now, it looks like we're at a stalemate. We're still trying to debate between if it's video games or watching a TV show. Because right now, Dalek Lord saying more Go 5. Looks like Daily Reacts is wanting to do a video game. It looks like my cousin's on the stream. All right. All right, so it looks like video games, we're doing it again. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll just pick one of the selections from the video games, and then if we have time, we'll do a TV show. But if not, we'll just go straight to the picking out one of the Godzilla movies to watch. So yeah, once again, I'll show you the collection, and just so we can vote on which one to do. So Atari 52 like celebration games. So it's just like an entire collection of most of the Atari games. Gotham Knights, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Although I'm not too keen on this one because since we played it in the last stream, as well as that, I'm kind of stuck at a certain point, and I really have to focus on the video game in order to try to get past it. So I feel like it's going to be several times of me failing to get past the animatronics. Hogwarts Legacy, Attack on Titan 2 Final Battle, Skyrim, Shantae, Sonic Frontiers, Spirit of the North, and then Demon Slayer. All right, looks like both Dalek Lord and Daily Rex are saying Sonic. So I think we'll do Sonic. All right, and just before I do, yeah, I guess we'll do Sonic, and then if we eventually get bored of it, we'll probably move on to either a TV show or we'll just move straight into watching a Godzilla movie. I'm really hoping some of my coworkers join this live stream because, like, they kind of, I remember them talking about how, like, they really liked my live stream from last time. It's just they weren't able to watch it for too long. So I hope a little bit later they'll join on, because they've been. I told them in advance that I was going to probably be doing a live stream on my birthday. So maybe later on they'll join. But before we put in Sonic, I'll show you at least some of the stuff I got from both SuperCon of 2021 and then, or it was either 2022 that I went no 2021 was the vlog video I made of MegaCon, and then I'm trying to remember because I remember one year I went to both went to a MegaCon. I remember I went to both a MegaCon and then SuperCon that same year, and then this time it was just MegaCon. So, but I'll at least just show you the stuff I got from MegaCon of this year. And speaking of Shantae, when I was showing the video games that we were going to be selecting, one of the things I got was a little pin of Shantae. I'm trying to get it to be where it's like clear, but just the glare from my ceiling fan, it's really making it hard. Yeah, I don't know how well that can be seen. I'll maybe try to move the computer a little closer, so the glare is not as bad. I kind of need a little bit back. Or maybe it's just because I need to be a little further back. But then, as well as that, another Shantae related thing was just the sticker of one of the characters from the Shantae game I'm playing with Shantae, and it's basically a gigantic mermaid with Shantae in her hands. So it's another thing. What else? One of the more interesting things I got was a hand puppet. You can probably see him in this little corner right here. But it's a little hand puppet that they were selling in like the artist alley. It's kind of like almost like a little adoptable like hand puppets. So I haven't thought of a name for him yet, but just look at him. He is a little crazy dude. Just trying to think of I need to figure out a good name for him, as well as just a voice to give him. Yeah, just kind of Vince. I'm just trying to think of like a good accent to give him. Grumpy Vince. Gotta try to move him off screen just so try to give him a. Maybe try and I'm gonna try like a Scottish accent, but like I feel like I've done like Scottish accents before, like especially with the who was it, Titanicus. I tried doing a Scottish accent with him. I tried doing a Scottish accent with Titanicus, and that the Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla adventure I made like a whole year ago. So I'll just kind of move off screen to try to see if that I can try to work him out. It's like what voice to give him. Well, how you doing, laddies? Oh, Delgor, I didn't know you were Scottish. Well, it's good to see that you're joining this stream, you guys. Okay, I know I'm gonna try to do an Elmo voice for him because like even though I want to try to do like if I ever wanted to do anything with this guy, I probably wouldn't do an Elmo voice, but I'll try to see if I can try out to do Elmo. Hi guys, how you doing? Yay! I mean, he's kind of definitely a weird. He definitely looks like a weird character, like just kind of the way his fur looks, as well as like he's just got crazy matted hair. Yeah, so yeah, I was able to see your drawing earlier, Dalek. So thank you very much for that. What else? Oh yeah, a whole bunch of like custom Lego minifigs. I'll show you. They always seem to have like these custom Lego minifigs at these kind of conventions. So a couple of them I bought were based on Demon Slayer characters, even though there were a couple of Demon Slayer voice actors, but just none of them were like too interesting for me to see. Like there was the voice of Tanjiro. What's the yellow guy's name? What was it? Zenitsu, that's his name. But like just kind of like a little Lego minifig of Shinobu. She's got like a really the interesting is like this sword is like really sharp. And then one of her basically I can't remember how the I just watched Demon Slayer the other day and like they were talking about the ranks of them, but like it's her Shinobu's Sugouchi, I think that's what it's called, or it's something along those lines, but like it's Kane. Once again, like really sharp sword. And then once again, I remember in the last stream I was talking a little bit of how like I had a crush on when I was in my childhood days when I had a crush on Blaze the cat. So I got a little Lego minifig of Blaze. She's got her like kind of like a fire effect in her hands. And speaking of that tier, like I think I might as well reveal what that tier list I'm going to be making pretty soon. It's basically I'm ranking cartoon and female characters based on what kind of relationship I would want to have with them if I was in their world. So I just thought it would just been a really fun and interesting tier list to do. Because I was originally wanting it to be like a Valentine's Day thing, but just once again, I just got so busy. I never got enough time to doing it before Valentine's Day. And then another one of characters from Dragon Ball Z. I kind of occasionally watch that anime every once in a while, but it's of all right. Thank you, Jamal. Yeah, but it's it's like the combination of Kale and then what's her name? Kale and then Caulifla. I can't remember what the name of her combination is, but it's just the combination of both Caulifla and Kale. Now, of course, you can see the printing on the back, so like it shows like an opposite face. And then finally, one of my more infamous characters I had actually on this channel for like to make a cameo. It was from the Halloween special, a Lego version of Michael Myers. I've been really wanting to do like another Halloween special where I brought back Michael Myers. I just once again, it's just I'm trying to. It was just the big thing is like what kind of the the main thing would be just trying to figure out what's the kind of just trying to figure out what's the thing I would do with Michael Myers for another Halloween special. Yeah, I haven't read that. I haven't read that one, Dalek Lore, but also thank you, Hobo Cop, for wishing me happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, so those are just the whole bunch of Lego minifigs. Yeah, we'll get to Sonic Frontiers in a little bit when playing the video games. And then one of the more interesting things I got at MegaCon was I was actually able to buy another Godzilla-related figure, and this is a Varan. Yeah, so in recent years, I haven't been able to buy a lot of like the Godzilla action figures at these comic book conventions, even though I kind of swear to buying these at the conventions just because of how cheaper they usually are. But surprisingly, Varan, he's one of the more rare figures out there, and he costs like $95. It's kind of weird of how to do it because like I think it's more understandable because he's a more rare figure, even though I think, judging by his tag, he's came out pretty recently in 2002, but he got his own original movie way back in the 50s, like a little bit either the 50s or early 60s, called Varan the Unbelievable. I even have the DVD. So this is technically the American dub of the American version of Varan the Unbelievable. So it has a bunch of American actors in it. So it's not the original Japanese version of the movie. I eventually got to try to get my hands on the original Japanese version. And so it's just like Varan, he's definitely one of my more favorite of like the one-time monsters who got in his own film. He did cameo in Destroy All Monsters, but that's all it was. He was like on there for like a few seconds and then he was gone. So it's just like Varan's just definitely, he's one of my more favorite like one-time monsters that's kind of a part of the Godzilla franchise, even though he's not really, because I mean, even though he did show up in a Godzilla movie, but the movie he stars in is pretty interesting. So, and I really like him. Like, mainly his powers is that he's basically once again, he's kind of an underwater lake monster, but then he comes out of the ocean when people are conducting like science experiments to that kind of just anger him, which he strikes out at humanity. And he has like, it's kind of hard to tell when looking at him, but like if you look at like his kind of like armpit area, he's got like little flaps because in the movie he has the capability of flying or like gliding. So he's definitely a very like he's just a really cool monster to have. Although like I said, he's definitely one of the more interesting one-time monsters. But it's just like he only started in that cameo within Destroy All Monsters, and he's just kind of like he was never heard from again. I really did wish he got more attention. So that was pretty much it for the MegaCon stuff, and I'm not really wanting to waste too much time on so we can get to like playing Sonic Frontiers just for a little bit. Might as well just show you the autograph I got from Shinobu's voice actress Erica. So it's like it's kind of hard to tell because she wrote it in silver, but it's kind of up there in the corner. It's just like a whole really cool, like almost holographic picture of Shinobu. Might as well also bring out the autograph I got of Johnny Young Bosch, as well as I also got a picture with him. So just to prove I actually did meet him. But some other interesting things I got while I was at SuperCon, because that autograph was from SuperCon. But in the Arcelia, I actually commissioned somebody to make just like this really cute drawing of Nala. And as well as that, uh, they were doing this for free. This was basically your name in Japanese, so that's what my name would look like in Japanese. So yeah, I'll actually pull out my phone so I can bring out I can show you guys the picture of the picture I got with Johnny. I mean, as well as that, there was the thing I mentioned about how I had an interaction with one of the main set pieces from Knight Rider. I don't know how this is going to work because the glare from my phone will probably turn down the brightness on it so you guys can see it better. I don't know if probably make it a little brighter. So I don't know how well you guys can see it, but basically the main set piece from Knight Rider is obviously Kit from Knight Rider. So there's me sitting in Kit. And so it's just like a couple of pictures of me inside the car. And that one I'm just kind of messing around, pretending I'm driving the car. As well as kind of like pushing like the little buttons that they have in the car as like a set piece. Like just kind of they made beeping sounds, and as well as that Kit, he had that the scanner on the front, which I'll show in just a little bit. And then I cosplayed as Boba Fett at that convention, so there's just also a couple of me pictures wearing my Boba Fett helmet in the car. And then there's me outside the car. There's me with the Boba Fett helmet. All right, and then I'll look for my Johnny Young Bosch picture I got with him. Yeah, I believe it was in 2020. Yeah, just got to give me a little time because like I gotta remember what year I did it in. It was during the summer though. The thing was like it's definitely a fun picture of doing Boba Fett in Kit, and that Kit actually made like he was talking. They kind of had voice recordings of Kit actually talking, so it was like it was, I don't know if it was an actual car from Knight Rider, but either if it was a replica of the car and just they added the features to it or add different things for it. But just it was really cool. It was it wasn't his starship. It would have been really cool if I could got a picture of me and his starship, but it was still fun when doing it in Knight Rider and Kit. Because definitely Kit is probably like the coolest car in my opinion, as well as like it would just be a dream car to have a talking car like Kit. Okay, so I believe it was actually in 2021. So I just got to find out. I know it was during the summer, though. Let's see. I mean, not bad. The Christian Bale Batmobile is pretty cool. Well, I mean, I kind of preferred to do the Michael Keaton Batmobile just because, like, it's a deal. But like the Tumbler is not that bad of a car either. Okay, I found that one. I probably just passed by it though. My Johnny and Bosch picture. Let's see. Yeah, that was. I haven't been able to see that video yet, Dalek Lord. But man, this is really I really wish I could see. Maybe I should just search up Miami. Maybe something will come up there. Uh, And it's really hard to find this picture. I really want to show you guys I really do want to show you guys the Johnny Young Bosch picture I got with him. Johnny. Hmm. Okay, maybe it was 2022. I just gotta remember where it was. All right. Let's see. Yeah, once again, I really do hope my coworkers eventually come on this live stream because they were really wanting to see it. But also, once again, they probably do also have to work tomorrow, so maybe they're not. But even then, like with my Christmas live stream, they were both, well, I mean, it was Christmas break, so then that, yet again, they're probably just, so it's probably just their, I don't know, it's just they were, I don't know, it's maybe just they're wanting to be prepared for work tomorrow, unlike me, where I'm just willing to stay up for quite a while. Okay. Oh, yeah, found it. So yeah, there's me with Johnny and Bosch. Yeah, it was really cool to meet him. Like he's definitely one of my favorite Rangers when I was growing up, and it was just so cool to meet him, as well as I got to go to his panel as well that he was having, and he was able to tell the tree flip story. And I know in my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers review, I was talking about how uh, it's kind of sad to talk about it now because since Jason David Frank, the person who played the White Ranger as well as the Green Ranger, he passed away during, I believe it was in November. So it's almost bittersweet to talk about it now because and I somewhat feel bad because I know in that review I still have very much the biggest respect for Jason David Frank, because even though I do consider him he's definitely he's a very high he's just he did everything in that movie. Like he was able to he was the one doing all the action. So it's I know he was a big pandering for young kids. And just the older fans, you kind of realize that there's a ranger will speak to everybody. So it's a ranger will speak to everybody. So it's some people prefer other rangers to others. And Jason David Frank's just kind of like that universal ranger. So he's just he's a very great ranger, but he's kind of overrated. Not bad by any means, but he's just a really overrated ranger. But it's still, I have the biggest respects for him because he was still very much a big part of my childhood, and I absolutely love the guy. And I was able to meet him, sadly, before he passed away. I can't remember what year it was, but I did meet him at a MegaCon and got a picture with him because I showed that in the movie review. So it was I still have the biggest respects for that man, even though, and I think in that movie review, I don't know if, I mean, it's just, I was pointing out how he basically did everything in that movie, and just it's kind of you kind of wish that other Rangers got to have more of the spotlight, but it's still, I had the biggest respects for that guy. And just he was able to tell the tree flip story. Johnny and Bosch was able to tell the tree flip story, and I have the whole, almost the whole panel saved on my computer, and I wish I could pull it up, but just basically in summary, the story goes that while they were filming the uh, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, which was the original 1995 movie, they're basically just they're waiting for filming to start. So both Johnny Young Bosch and Jason David Frank, they were just there was basically this palm tree, and they were just basically running up to it and then taking a couple steps and then flipping off the tree. So Jason David Frank, he would run up to it and he would take about 3 steps and then flip off the back of the tree. Johnny would run up to it and then bounce off the tree, and they would spot each other just to make sure none of them would get hurt when they're flipping. So Johnny would spot Jason, and then Jason would spot Johnny. So this one time, Jason goes like really far back and he starts running towards the tree, and he tells Johnny, "I'm just going to keep going." Johnny interprets that like he's confused because it's like a split second thing that's going on. So it's like he doesn't know how to interpret. He's like, "You're just going to keep going. You're going to keep doing this forever and ever of just keep flipping off the tree." So Jason runs up the tree 1, 2, 3 steps, 4, 4.5 steps. Johnny then realizes, oh, he meant he was going to keep running up the tree. So Jason's coming down to Johnny face first, and Johnny's like, I can't catch this man, and even if I did catch him, it would be really awkward because like his face would be near my crotch, and then his crotch would be near my face. So he just steps out of the way and lets lets Jason fall. Well, so like, but he was able to pop back up, and he's like, it's a really funny story, and it's like it's something I'm glad Johnny cherishes, and like I think I remember, I can't remember, but like I remember my brother telling me about how this was a couple days after Jason David Frank passed, but like it was like Johnny, he canceled his plans for upcoming conventions just probably because of how sad he was to see his friend pass away. Wait, and I mean the dude was young. He passed away at like, I can't remember his exact age, but he was still young. He was like in his 40s. It's like, I mean, this is like the first, like, I really wished I got to speak more about it when he did pass away. So it's just like, I really wish I got to talk more about it, but like, it's very upsetting. He was still a very big part of my childhood. And I loved seeing him as the White Ranger. I remember watching the episode where Tommy, which is his name in the show, Tommy Oliver, he would make his debut as the White Ranger with the White Tiger Sword and Saba, the talking sword. I remember I would just try to watch the episode over and over again because I really liked him as the White Ranger and as well as the Green Dragon Ranger. I mean, it's the reason why I kind of have the Dragon Zord as well as even though I haven't showcased it in a video yet, other than the tour review, is the reason why I have the Dragon Dagger. Because just of how much I like Jason David Frank's character as the Green Ranger with the Dragon Zord, because the Dragon Zord is just like a cool Zord. And then I should really begin the video games, but just like one more story is like he mentioned even though he didn't say it in full, like even though he didn't say the story in full, but he mentioned how Jason David Frank got back at him for the tree flip situation. And this time the story goes is that they're still filming the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, and they're in a car driving across because the movie was filmed in Australia, so they're like driving across the Australian desert. Jason David Frank and Johnny, they're sitting in the back seat. Johnny says out loud, because I looked up this story later on, and Johnny's just sitting there, and he's like, it'd be really cool if I got out of this car and just kind of like grabbed onto the roof and just like kind of surf on top of the car. And Chase is like, no, you're not gonna do that. Kind of like edging him on a little bit to try to actually make him do it. Johnny ends up doing it. He gets on to the top of the car. He's holding on to the top, and they're going like 50 miles an hour across the Australian desert. So Johnny's up there is like, this is a really bad idea. I better climb back into the other side. But then suddenly the car starts swerving. and it was almost like like if he didn't hold down on for dear life, he was gonna fall off the car. So he pulls himself up over the windshield, and the driver of the car is kind of freaking out because Jason he's got his hand reaching to the front seat of the car, and he's grabbing the steering wheel, kind of like turning it, trying to actually throw him off the car. And Giant Andrew's like, "Oh, this is payback for the tree flip." So he tries to go back into the window that he entered out of, but there's Jason. He's rolling up the window, well, to prevent him from getting back in. But then eventually they do roll the window back down, and he gets back in. So it's just like there's a lot. It's just Johnny always has a lot of interesting stories, and it's just like once again, it's just sad to see that, just to know that Jason David Frank's gone. Okay, so enough about that. So I think it's about time we played a little bit of Sonic Frontiers. And then I think, considering of how much I've been rambling a little bit, but like it's for a good reason. I was showing you guys like what I was doing at MegaCon. So, but I'll pop in Sonic Frontiers, and I think we'll just see how much we get through Sonic, and then we might do more TV. We'll choose like a TV show, unless this goes for too long. Then I'll move on to we'll watch a Godzilla movie together. So I'll pop this in. And I kind of changed my it wasn't really a mistake because you guys were still able to see what was going on, but I kind of turned down the brightness of my TV just to see if you guys can see it better, but I think I got to turn it down a little bit more. Yeah, I probably got to turn it down a little bit more. I'll try to also ask you guys like if the volume needs to be turned up, so turn down the brightness just a bit more. Okay. Hope that's better, but I think it's just that we're. All right, I'll just continue the story I was doing. Yeah, it's probably. I think it's just it's a problem with all the video games. Just like it's hard to do it with the brightness on it. So yeah, let's go around. I think I've cleared a lot of them, like the majority of the stages. So it's just we're gonna go to the next point that's listed on the map. Yeah, I'll just see you. Yeah, I'll just occasionally check on the comments, just to see what else we'll talk about. Working on Sonic fanfiction called Sonic. Yeah, right now I'm just kind of in the open world, kind of get to the next point that's listed on the. Dang it, this thing's back. It's like the giant boss. They usually kind of find around the world, and that looks like I'm gonna have to engage it. luckily I have a lot of powers to. Oh, damn. Forgot how to battle on this thing. Dang it. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's one of the tricks that like Sonic can do in this game that can help me easily beat this boss. Oh. Oh. Yeah, there's not really a lot of talking right now, just because of how focused I am on this. Oh. And yeah, I beat it. Who do you think is faster, Flash or Sonic? In all honesty, I think, all honesty, I think Flash is faster. Or because, like, I think Flash is like Flash. I think he's gone at certain speeds that I don't think with Sonic has gone onto. I mean, Sonic, I think he's fast enough to like break the sound barrier, but like Flash, I think he's gone even faster than that. So I think Flash is faster. Yeah, that is right. Like he does have like the super form, like his supersonic form, and then
These look like homes. I wonder who used to live here.
I don't know. I'm not too experienced with like how fast Flash is, but like I'm pretty sure but I think Flash has gone faster than speeds that Sonic has gone to. But I could be wrong. Even though I do prefer Sonic over like the Mario and like other Nintendo stuff, but like just trying to think like what I believe so. Like I think okay. Okay, we're at a puzzle in the game. Yeah, I don't know how clearly you guys can see it in the game. Yeah, just because of how like the brightness is so bad, even when I have it. even when I have it. I have a feeling this part's gonna just be trying to me figuring out this puzzle. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about as I'm trying to figure this out? Yeah, I was able to see that like some of your sketches, Dalek Lord, of like the FNAF stuff. I know a lot of the stuff you do is like Sonic. Hmm. My guess is I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh yeah, my Glaceon plush is kind of just chilling in the corner. Yeah, I was able to. Yeah, I got that at a Build-A-Bear workshop thing. That they had like sometimes they had like special Pokemon stuff. So yeah, I was able to get a Glaceon. Even though you can't see, even though you can't see it, you can't see it. But because Glaceon's more noticeable. Yeah, I got one of Primarina and Glaceon. So I just kind of had Primarina sitting on top of Glaceon. So yeah, Primarina was something I got at the SuperCon in Miami. She's got like little posable, like would you call it flippers or like fins? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's just got like she's got little posable flippers, and then Glaceon. I got it Build-A-Bear. So if Build-A-Bear Workshop has like one of those like just kind of a special thing that you can do, I usually go for it. I mean, that's how I got the. Even though he can't see it, but it's like that's the reason how I got the live action Nala, because they were doing a special thing for the live action Lion King, and I was like, you know what, it would make a great villain to have a live action Nala, just because of how much I hate that movie and just any of the live action stuff in general. So it's like that's kind of almost it's the reason why I made live action Nala part of the Psycho Rejects. So I'll just kind of put, I don't know, maybe I'll just put Glaceon off to the side. Maybe she'll join in the stream later, even though she's not a character in my channel. Okay. Gotta figure out how to do this puzzle. All right. Okay. Is there any other ones I need to... Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to be done with like the FNAF characters. So it's like it's cool that you're thinking about like doing them and like different styles. Let's see. Oh, damn. I'm close to something. Huh. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this, but I just don't know what yet. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? No, just because like I'm just willing to have any kind of chat. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring on Nala and Hashima a little bit later into the stream. Yeah, I'll bring the rejects on later in the stream, probably when we're watching like one of the Godzilla movies or one of the TV shows. So yeah, they'll definitely be brought on a little bit later. Just gotta figure out what to do. This puzzle. I mean, the other, and like also the other rejects, they're just like they've been really bored of like just having been out of action for so long, especially Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla. I mean, it's the reason why the next Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla venture is going to be them trying to find something fun to do. Didn't ask them the. Should FNAF 1 have a direct sequel like the Halloween 2018? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. Because like obviously Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was like a prequel, so it was telling like what the thing was before. And then Five Nights at Freddy's 3 was just kind of like it was way off into the future. Kind of forgot I was at this point in the game, so it's like this is not going to be interesting at all. Okay. I'm thinking maybe I should at least go through one of the stages because I really don't want this whole stream to be the whole video game part to be trying to me figure out this puzzle. I gotta probably do that on my own time. So maybe I'll just go through like either one or two of the stages and then maybe switch out to a different maybe either switch out to a different video game or we just move on to watching the TV show. So I'll let you guys decide on that. Like either pick out one of the other video games I showed you, or we can just go on to the. You just gotta try to figure out what to do. Oh, another one of the enemies. Dang it! Gotta grab my rings. And another one of those spinny things. What's the one stage I haven't done yet? Probably look at the map. Let's go to that one. Because I still got to try to get and complete that one. Let's see, direct sequel to. Oh. I almost fell off that bridge just because I was trying to focus on the comments. Okay, I gotta try to clear this one with an S rank because that's the only one I need to do for this moment. What did you and the rejects think of your own fan fiction? I haven't finished reading it yet, but so far we have been liking reading it. Yeah, so far we've been liking the whole story that's been going on. Yeah. This one's kind of like a Green Hill Zone level. I just kind of hate how the brightness is like really not really letting you guys see what's kind of like really going on. Like so far that's like the only criticism I have of this game is that just kind of like so far like really the only criticism I have of this game is just kind of like the levels seem to like end up going like are pretty short in retrospect, but like it's really hard to get like an S rank on the, even though it is technically supposed to be hard to get them, but like with some of the levels it's like I don't know how you expect me to go, how like really you expect me to go any faster. And like the boosting is like really kind of like, it doesn't like really in these levels specifically, it doesn't really feel like I'm going fast like Sonic. Because like other Sonic games I played were like Sonic Generations, and those stages were really fun to do. And like I've been trying to figure out like how to do normal things like doing spin dashes and stuff like that, but it's just so like it's just kind of ridiculous. That's like it's really kind of the only complaints I have right now of this specific Sonic game is just like I've been like trying to figure out how to do anything remotely things that I'm used to due to other Sonic games. It's just the levels feel so short. Yeah, I wasn't even close. I have to, in order to get S rank, I have to beat this level in like 1 minute and 15 seconds. I'm gonna try to retry that because I feel like I'm just with the boosting, like it doesn't feel like I'm going that fast at all. Completely unlike what Sonic's supposed to be. Or it's just like I'm somehow bad at this game. That could also be an option. Dang it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to beat it. Like, I just don't know how how you can really go much faster than this. Like, I know you can upgrade your speed in this game, but it's just like it's definitely unlike one of the many other Sonic games I've played in the past. It's like I just really don't get it. Okay, I'm gonna try this stage one more time, but then I'm probably gonna just exit out of it. I mean, the other levels I've been able to get past it easy peasy of getting S rank, but it's just like after like just a couple of tries. But this one's like I'm unsure how you can really beat this one any faster. It's always the trouble. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat it. I'm starting to think it's just I'm bad at this game. That's the reason why I'm doing so badly at it. Okay, just hold the... Okay, just hold to the side, not try to follow the loop. It still doesn't change the fact that I can't get it still doesn't change the fact that I can't get S rank on this level right now. So I'll try it one more time, but then I think it's just best that I exit out of the stage and just try something different. I don't think I'm going to beat this one. Yeah, not going to get S rank on this one either. It's always the loops that are getting me on this one. didn't get S rank on this one either. So yeah, I'm just gonna exit this stage. So I've been able to get the check marks on the other ones. It's just I have not been able to get the timing right. And usually the timing parts for this, like the game, is usually the hardest part. You watch my. Yeah, I've been watching a few of your videos, daily reacts. It's just like but I haven't been watching. I just kind of haven't been. I've only watched like the first couple, and like, I mean, so far so far they're fine. I'm not exactly like the hugest Harry Potter fan, but like it's still I appreciate like I still do like the movies and stuff. Uh, right now I'm still at kind of the beginning parts of my game, so it's like right now my house is Ravenclaw. Also, because I think I'm more naturally a Ravenclaw rather than like Gryffindor, Slytherin, or I'm definitely not Slytherin. Like I can tell you that. So yeah, I've only been able to watch like the first couple of episodes just because yeah. But so far it's definitely fun seeing you play the game. All right. Yeah. So yeah, right now I'm thinking of either just trying to do a different game, because like right now I've gone past most of the levels within this section. It's just like really some of them are like the timing part is really hard, as well as just that right now I'm stuck on that puzzle. I just don't want this whole video game part to be me trying to figure out that puzzle, because that can be pretty boring. So I'm debating of either just playing a different game and then we move on to either a TV show or just go straight into the Godzilla games, or we just do the TV show and then move into the Godzilla games, because I still want to stick too much onto this one, like Sonic right now, because just I forgot I was kind of at this forgot I was at this point in the game, because I haven't gotten around to playing this one in a while, so I kind of forgot I was at this kind of stuck part in the game, and don't want to make the stream boring for people who come back to rewatch it. Kind of messing up my words right now. Yeah, so I'll let you guys either decide. Should we move on to TV show or another video game? I'll gladly show the video games again if you haven't we've kind of forgotten which one to do, like which ones I have to select. Of course, I have a whole bunch of other ones down in like one of my cabinets over there, but just kind of. All right, looks like we're probably going to do a TV show, and I think it is a more appropriate choice, just to see like how the reactions go, like just reacting to the show. Okay, so I'll take the disc out. Okay. All right, put that off to the side. All right, and I'll show you guys again the videos like the TV shows I have up for selection, just so we can. All right, so first one, Ultraman, the complete series. So we can watch a couple of episodes of that. Once again, Ultraman is like I feel like he's definitely a character I've covered a little bit on this YouTube channel. Like I did the anime synopsis of the anime of Ultraman, but this one's like the original series, where kind of basing around his like a guy in a rubber suit battling monsters. Then, as I was mentioning before, Knight Rider. So that's the picture I had with Kit. So it's David Hasselhoff going around in a car with a going on adventures with a talking car. And then obviously the other Super Sentai series. So it's either we can continue with Go-Go 5, leaving where we left off with uh, the demon, the trio demon arc. Because last where we left off, Demonite. Well, because I'm getting it confused with Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue with the demons they called the names of the demons they called in that one. I mean, because I'm just so used to Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, so that's why I kind of call them by their names from that show. So Demon Knight, Falcar, and then Thunderon. And then we got Mega Ranger, which is Power Rangers in space. I'm kind of eager well, I mean, not really eager, but just like this one has like the Psycho Rangers eventually in this series. So it'll be, I haven't gotten to that part within the show yet where the Psycho Rangers are introduced. So it would kind of be interesting to see the comparisons between it would just be interesting to see the comparisons between the Psycho Rangers from Power Rangers in space and then the Neji Rangers, which what's they're called in Mega Ranger, and then Super Sentai Dai Ranger, which is it would be the what was it? The second season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So those are the TV shows we got. And then I'll eventually show later the movies you guys will be voting on. So, but I'll just keep them off to the side for now. So it looks like we're gonna be continuing where we left off with Go-Go 5, because it still looks like only 3 people are on this stream. I don't know who the third person is, but I think it might be Pokemon Nature 3000, because I know he's been commenting a couple of times in this video, but I don't know if he keeps coming back in and out. But I know Dalek Lord and Daily Reacts are still watching. Then there's some other third person who's watching. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna be continuing where we left off with Go-Go 5. And for those of you who don't remember the last stream, Go-Go 5 is the original Japanese version of Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. So this is like most of the footage that you see here is where, especially them in their Ranger outfits, were from basing them around basically just it's the same kind of series, but just the Power Rangers is taking the original Japanese footage, especially them in the Ranger costumes, and then just having them like different actors playing them, and then kind of doing storylines that are almost similar or completely different to the show. So, and where we left off with Go-Go 5 was that the main bad guys of this series, they're basically this family of demons, and they're battling against the Go-Go 5, which are basically the team of Rangers who are all first responders. Red Ranger being a firefighter, Blue Ranger being more still a fighter, but he handles more with like the water and like extinguishing team. And then Green Ranger, he is he's a helicopter pilot. And then Yellow Ranger, he's a police officer. And then Pink Ranger is a paramedic. Like, so basically it's been the episodes I showed in the last stream were just when the family of demons were wanting to send their most strongest demons that they have, which are the trio of demons from the Hades deck, which is their most powerful monsters, and they consist of what I've been calling from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. I'm just slipping all my words again. From Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue of Demon Knight, Thunderon, and then Falcar. The episodes I showed were the first one where those demons were introduced, and they spread all across these explosive feathers all throughout the city. And this was the first time that the Go-Go 5 members were defeated by these demons. because the feathers exploded and destroyed almost a lot of the city. But in the next episode, it kind of picks up where they left off of them kind of feeling at their lowest point and just kind of like that they were defeated, but then they kind of regroup back together and then they fight the 3 other demons again. And this time, Matoi, who is the Red Ranger, he gathers enough courage knowing he needs to destroy these demons and destroys Demonite. So there's only 2 other demons left, which are Falcar Demon and then Thunderon. So we just got to get back to, right now we're at the 4th disc. Gonna put that in. I'll try to move it the camera closer. All right. Yeah, just let me know if you guys need me to turn it up a little bit louder. Go fight! All right. The new 6 soldiers. So from what I remember in Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, they obviously had a team of 6 Rangers, and this one, which is in this case in Lightspeed Rescue, it was the Titanium Ranger. Now, I'm not going to spoil this episode, but this episode does differentiate a little bit from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. So, but I'll play the episode so you guys can figure out what that is. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last stream, but we will see what happens. Probably turn up the volume just a little bit. I really love the Go-Go 5 theme as well as the ending theme, because just they're so upbeat energy, and I think it's really a case for a lot of the Super Sentai themes. And like just Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue and Go-Go 5, I mentioned this in the last stream, but like just they're kind of like right now they seem to be my favorite series due to the fact that they are based around for like actual heroes, first responders. Yeah, that is definitely it's definitely an interesting question to ask of like, since Heshima is a Psycho Ranger, the Psycho Rangers are like evil rangers. So why isn't Heshima evil like the rest of them? So it definitely goes into an interesting part of his origins. I don't know if I will ever get around to making a fan fiction about his origins, but yeah, I don't know if I will get around to making his origins, but yeah, so yeah, just right now it looks like the Go-Go 5 members, they're just kind of walking around. They're kind of just admiring like the and of course they got a talking robot. Yeah, so right, it looks like now they just uncovered the fact that their dad, who is their boss in this series, that they're thinking that one of their friends, her name is Kyoko, is going to become a sixth ranger to them. Now, of course, in Lightspeed Rescue, there's a sixth ranger who is known as the Titanium Ranger. So it's just they stumbled across plans for what looks to be another another piece of like Megazord. So they're thinking she's going to become the sixth ranger. And now we're rejoining back with the villains from this series. And of course, we have the oldest brother, who's kind of like the leader of the team. And then they also got the youngest brother, who's the young one, sleeping there. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay. I did not expect that to happen. Okay, so it speaks a testament of how different the Japanese, like the original Japanese series, can be to the American version. So in Lightspeed Rescue, what the leader just did, he didn't pull out a knife and attempt to strike his youngest brother. What happened was that it was just his claws. So he was just attempting to strike. He was attempting to strike his youngest brother with his claws, not with a knife. So I think it's definitely a testament to how violent sometimes the original Japanese series can go with Super Sentai. So yeah, that looks like they're kind of debating over the fact of like, should they actually have a sixth member because they're strong even just with the five of them. Oh, Skull on the Moon. Yeah, so Motoi's considering that they need to destroy the two other demons by accepting their challenge. So they're going to this place to challenge the two remaining demons, who are Falcar and Thunderon, even though they have different names within this show. Have I watched Wreck in Quarantine? No, I have not yet. Although I have seen another YouTuber who does like specialize in like reviewing horror movies and doing kill count basically. So doing a kill count of like the victims within those horror movies. So like I eventually got to try to see if check out his videos, just the kind of just a basic about those movies. But I have not seen Wreck or Quarantine yet. Human life is our Earth's future. Passion for rescue. Kyuku Sentai! Go! Go! Fight!
これからが楽しいワンラウンド目の始まりだよ。行くぞ。
Yeah, so once again, for the most part, the fight scenes within Lightspeed Rescue, they basically just kind of take the footage from the Japanese version and then so they basically just kind of take the footage from the original series, and it's kind of like almost fight scene by scene for especially the fights. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to pronounce your account name, but thank you. Thank you for wishing thank you for wishing me happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, so it looks like they just kind of thought of a good idea to trap Falcar. It's also kind of funny that they say shoot whenever they shoot their laser pistols. I mean, it's like the thing that they did with it's like the thing that Gru does when he's shooting the freeze ray. It's like freeze ray. So it's like they say what they're doing before they actually do it. Yep, they're bringing out the V Lancers, which are their like go-to weapon now. Oh. All right, thank you, JN Plushies, for wishing me happy birthday too. And they just kind of tricked Thunderon from getting in close enough so that they could basically point blank hit him with their. They did it again. Shoot. You gotta love in these series just whenever the freaking bad guys just explode after being defeated. Of course, as always, now the monster becomes bigger. Yeah, now they're bringing out their train Megazord Go Liner. Oh yeah, I guess another thing I wanted to mention because I'm wearing something new, which is an Octavia shirt, which is another Hello Boss character from a character from Hell of a Boss. It was one of their like Valentine's Day specials, so they were selling shirts, or it's based around it. So I got one of Octavia. Like, she's probably like my favorite character like from that show. Because I know last time during the stream I had my Luna and Fizzarolli like versus shirt. Oh, Guru is the name of Thunderon in this one. Looks like Falcar is trying to weasel his way out of fighting. Oh. Those demons killing each other so they can do whatever they want. Once again, that's another thing that did not happen in Lightspeed Rescue. The Demon King didn't kill Falcar to make him. In this case, in Gogo 5, his name is Jin. Like in Lightspeed Rescue, he did not kill. He didn't. The Demon King didn't kill Falcar to make him grow big by throwing the card at him once he died. So in Lightspeed Rescue, it was just that he threw that Diabolico, which is the Demon King's name in Lightspeed Rescue. All he did was just throw the card at his back. You're gonna make them. So the new episode of the Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla Adventure, I don't know exactly when it's coming out. I've only had a few clips from like what I was originally intending it to be was the Christmas special, but it's been long past since Christmas at this point, so it's just not appropriate to make a video related to that. So luckily, there's a couple of clips I can add on to the new idea I have is both Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla, trying to find something fun to do because they've been out of action for so long. So I don't know exactly when it will come out, but I still got to try to get through this one tour review. I'm in the process of editing, so then that will probably be the next video that comes out, and then I'll probably what I'll do next is make the tier list video of like what relationships I would have with cartoon and anime characters I remember from either my childhood or even currently, just because I thought that would have been a fun one to do. Yeah, but right now it looks like they're sending out their new 6th Ranger. Oh, that's cool. The laser shot sound effects that they use, it was the same kind of laser sound effects that you hear in the original G1 Transformers. Yeah, so in this case, with Go-Go 5, there's not a 6th Ranger. Yeah, in this case, yes, in Go-Go 5, there's not a 6th Ranger like the Titanium Ranger within Lightspeed Rescue. In this case, all they have is just a new robot buddy who can help them in the like Megazord fights. So his name is Liner Boy. It's not a bad idea to have the hand puppet included with one of the videos, but one idea I had in relation to a video kind of focusing on Nala, crazy. Yeah, right now we're watching what's called Super Sentai. Well, it's from the Super Sentai series, which is the original Japanese version of Power Rangers. But in this case, it's QQ Sentai Go-Go 5, which is the Japanese version of Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. Yeah, but one idea I had with idea being focused around Nala is that Disney sends like an associate to my house, because they realize that Nala is a property of them and she doesn't belong with us. So they try to take her away to go back to Disney because she's one of their properties. So it's basically just Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla and even Hashima doing what they can to make sure that Nala stays here. But like at the end of the episode, it's like kind of I step in and I'm like, I kind of show how much I appreciate Nala as a character and I want her to stay. So kind of reversing the things of kind of like around me showing I actually really do care about Nala, which I do. So that's one idea I've had with having it be focused around Nala as a main focused episode. So maybe I'll have the hand puppet as like the Disney associate. Yeah, so now we're on a cliffhanger of that the Demon King showed a bunch of crystal objects that had the symbols of each of the demons. So it's Demonite, Jin, Guru. I can't remember the guy who was Demonite. It's like original Japanese name, but he had like crystals that had uh, the symbols of those rangers. The thing is like I with plush tubers, I'm having like I don't know a lot of them, so it's like I don't really know how I could collab with them. It's kind of hard of how I would exactly do that. I mean, originally like SML was like a big thing, but like I don't really want to be associated with those guys anymore. So it's like I don't really know if I would ever do another collab, like if I would do a collab with plush tubers. Well, the thing is when I reach 400 subscribers, I'm planning on adding a sixth reject to, or just a new member to the crew. So it's basically I'm waiting until I can get to that 400 subscriber milestone, because I have like those set in place milestones to add new members. All right. So I'm considering that we could watch one more episode of Go 5, like what we did with the last stream, and then we'll move on to like a watch along of one of the Godzilla movies, in which I'll let you guys decide on which one we can watch. So, because we did leave off on that cliffhanger of the Demon King showing those crystals. So yeah, we'll watch one more episode, then we'll move on to a Godzilla movie, one of the Godzilla movies that I'll let you guys decide on which one we should watch. Yeah, so it's just basically whenever I reach 400 subscribers, that's when I'll reward my viewers and subscribers with a new member to the Reject crew. Yeah, once again, we got that catchy intro. Yeah, so far, the only like Rangers I remember their names, the only Rangers I do remember like their names for are Matoi, who is the Red Ranger, and then in the episode they said the name of Diamond, which is the Yellow Ranger. Just because it's so long, it's just it gets to like so long to periods of times when I've watched these episodes that I kind of forget their names. So Zephyliza is the name of the Demon King in this one. Of course, they got their Captain Robot, and we're already starting off at like a pretty intense action sequence. Points of them already getting into morphing. Yeah, I mean, SML is like now gone to the like using the puppets and just like they're no longer the same thing that they once were, and just like a lot of the videos that they've been coming out with nowadays, they're like either bad or just like somewhat averagely funny. Like they still got some pretty good funny moments in them, but just they're not really that worth with watching like SML videos anymore. Well, the Go-Go 5 members should have expected at this point that the Calamity Breaker wouldn't work. They've tried that several times with like the demon, like the 3 demons, and they weren't able to defeat them that way. Oh, and now the 3 demons just combine into like one complete warrior that has all their attributes. Yeah, so we got Guru, who is the one who is like the original Thunderon, and then we had Shodo, who is the Demonite, the original Demonite, and then Jin, who is the original Falcar. Oh, and they're trying their V Lancers now. I just love it how they say. I just love how that they say shoot whenever they are shooting at something. Oh, yeah, that happens very rarely in the show where they fight so much that they demorph. Oh, and they're actually bleeding. I'll probably check that out with that Roxanne Wolf channel, because, like I said, Roxanne Wolf's probably my favorite animatronic within the original, like the Security Breach Five Nights at Freddy's. But it's just like she is really almost the bane of my existence in that game because she just constantly gets me, and she is a smart wolf. And they're back in that same headspace as they were in Total Defeat, which is the episode where they first lost to the 3 demons. They're thinking that they can't do it. Possibly, the new character could possibly be a kaiju. I've been like, I know, like in the I can't remember exactly when I asked it, but I was asking people like to vote on which fandom like I should select a new reject member from. Not a lot of people were picking from like the Godzilla franchise, but like a couple people suggested to do like either Gamera, which is the giant flying turtle from like, it's not exactly from Toho, but it's still a Japanese monster, and then as well as Gorosaurus from the Godzilla franchise. So possibly I'll select somebody from the Godzilla franchise. I know earlier in the stream I showed at my MegaCon convention I bought Varan. from. He wasn't in a. Well, I mean, he cameoed in a Godzilla movie, but but he had his own original movie, so possibly. I mean, I probably want to include Varen at some point within the Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla Adventures, but I'm not sure if I would make him like the actual new member of the Reject crew. It's still a process I got to really think of because we kind of been at a stalemate of my subscriber count because right now I'm at 370. So if 30 more subscribers come to my channel, then that's when I'll add the new member. Yeah, so right now they're gonna challenge the combination demon again. Well, that's cool. That's their kind of like first team morphing sequence because usually whenever they do their morphing, they usually do it like either just only showing one person at a time doing it. That was kind of them all doing it together. Like I know the brightness really is kind of like bad, but I think that's kind of the same thing I had with the previous stream, but you guys are still able to somewhat see it. Oh wait, is this the episode they're gonna introduce the Battleizers? Oh, yeah, but it is the episode where they introduce the Battleizers. Of course, in this one they call it the V brace. Yeah, V mode brace. So this is the episode where they introduce what in Power Rangers they call them Battleizers. But it gives them just like some added punch to like some added power to their close combat. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't. Use the revive card on them. Well, I guess he figured that if they defeated him in his freaking human, well, normal sized form, that they would be able to defeat him in his giant kaiju self. Of course, they're bringing out Liner Boy too in this battle. Although I know in the original one, yeah, I did see that short. I can't remember which video that was from though, like which video you took it from, Mike. That little cameo from. Oh, wow! They already took out him. They already took out the little Liner Boy guy. But I do remember in like the original Lightspeed Rescue that Ryan, he was actually going off while during this battle was happening, that Ryan was battling against this Cobra demon, because in the show he kind of had that like this Cobra tattoo on his back given by the Demon King, which in Lightspeed Rescue was Diabolico. So the Cobra tattoo was basically a special thing where like every time Brian morphed, the Cobra would just move up his back, and then if it reached his neck, it would kill him. So, like, while this battle is happening with the Power Rangers, Ryan was off battling this Cobra to remove the curse. So the Liner Boy robot wasn't involved in this battle until the end. Yeah, I don't know how the copyright thing works, but I don't think you will, because some other YouTubers, like especially one of my my loyal subscribers, his name is the Monsterverse Man. He occasionally, whenever he does his figure videos with his own Godzilla action figures, he starts off the video with showing like some of my Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla adventures. So, or it's like them watching like his figures watching my videos. So like I'm really flattered by them doing that. So I don't think you will get copyright for that. Oh. He just blew a hole straight through the Megazord. And if you do remember from the last stream, like when we were watching the Go-Go 5 episodes, it's the one where they were battling Demonite and the Megazord, the 99 machines, which are their rescue vehicles, they got damaged during that battle. And I think I remember Demonite was able to slice off one of the arms to the Megazord. So that's why the 99 machines were kind of out of action for a while.
356V のコードを打ち込むんだ。
Oh, in this show, they actually explain what to do. Because I remember in Lightspeed Rescue, what they did was that Miss Fairweather, who's the scientist in that movie, she in the TV show, all she did was just told them to engage the battle booster and didn't offer any other explanation to what to do. So it's just like Carter knew what to do, of how like you had to push this specific button and then put it into like the thingy into like the slider and then press that specific code. Now, in terms of Ultra Q, I am familiar with the show. Like, it was kind of like the precursor to the Ultraman franchise. Like, but they didn't have like Ultraman at the time. It was just just either solo kaiju's fighting against humans or other kaiju's just fighting against each other. But right now, I don't have any like action figures from that specific franchise. Like, I know they reused a couple of those monsters in like the Ultraman franchise, but sadly I don't have a kaiju from that specific series. Well, but the one thing I do have to say is that some of the sound effects in the Go-Go 5, I wish they were just a little bit better, because in Lightspeed Rescue, I know I keep making comparisons, but like that's kind of the point. You're comparing the original one with their remake, which was Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. So it's like comparing between the both of them. Like, I wish the sound effects were just a little bit better, because some of them can be a little bit cheesy. I'm a fire Malaysia. And it looks like they just defeated the main antagonist. That is just the one thing I love about the Super Sentai franchise, or just anything related to that. Just, the bad guy explodes at the end of being defeated. Oh. Well, it looks like they achieved one of their greater victories. Of defeating like one of the main antagonists of the show. I just freaking love this upbeat ending that they have. Yeah, so sometimes YouTube works very like sometimes it's like it's just YouTube's algorithm. So if YouTube, like whenever through the processing, like whenever you're going through processing the videos, sometimes if YouTube finds like a copyrighted song within that video, they'll flag it and they'll just copyright claim it, and just basically it does nothing bad for your video. It means if you do ever get like whenever you do reach a point where like you're eligible for getting ads on your videos, which then you can make a profit from it, technically that money doesn't go to you anymore. It goes to whatever the claim is for. So I've gotten a couple of those on my videos, especially the movie reviews. So it would mean that the money from ads goes directly to whoever owns the rights to either that said movie or song that's found. All right. So it looks like, yeah, that episode is over, and it's kind of pretty much, it ends off on a good point. Although we did see that the power that was within Zephylos went into Drop, which is the young brother within that show, within the demon family. So, but we're still going to stop here because it was kind of like at a good stopping point. They defeated one of their bigger antagonists of the show. So now we're going to move on to the final part of this stream, which is watching a Godzilla movie. And yeah, so as I'm gonna I'm actually gonna use the restroom real quick before we start it. So I'm gonna at least give you guys the 3 different options of what we can which Godzilla movie we're gonna watch. So because these 3 are some pretty interesting Godzilla movies, and it would be fun to see the reactions to them. So the first one is All Monsters Attack, aka Godzilla's Revenge, and it's regarded as one, if not the worst Godzilla movie ever to be created. Now, I personally don't think that, although it is still pretty bad of a Godzilla movie, but I don't think it is the worst, or as evidence from my Godzilla movie tier list that I made. There's still just so many funny moments, and it's one of those guilty pleasure movies I like to watch. And funnily enough, it's like my 3rd most rewatched Godzilla movie that I've ever seen, just because of how much of a guilty pleasure it is, just of how funny and ridiculous some of the moments in this movie specifically are. And I also wanted to point out this because a lot of people kind of do poke fun at Gabra in this movie, and that he has his powers, basically the electric shocking hands. But if you look at the back, specifically of this DVD, Gabra looks like he has the power of at least shooting something out of his hands, as well as that, or at least something from out of his mouth. So I don't know if it was like their original intention was that they were actually giving Gabra something more than just his electric shocking hands, and they were actually giving him like some kind of projectile move, so either from out of his hands or from out of his mouth. So it would have been interesting to see him have more abilities, but still, I still love Gabra as a monster. He's my 10th favorite Godzilla monster of all time, just of how unique he is. And so that's one of the options. It's extremely bad Godzilla movie, but it's fun to look on it. And then next one, Godzilla versus Hedorah. Now, I have a lot of history with this movie. I have not seen this movie in a long time, but I still remember so many things about it. it's a weird hodgepodge of a lot of things, and it's a very weird Godzilla movie, and it kind of terrified me as a kid, especially due to the main antagonist of the movie, which is Hedorah. So it would be like, I just want to watch this movie. I just kind of feel like it would be cool to watch this movie again and look at more of just the other than the things that I remember about this movie. So it's just, it would be, and kind of also to see for yourself the things that made me terrified, like just kind of terrified me about this movie when I was younger. So that's another option we can do. And then I know crazy the Theok, is that how you pronounce it? Or I, I'm really bad at pronouncing things, but like, as Crazy was talking about, there's also Godzilla versus Megalon. So once again, it's known as it's kind of like of course, I put it with like the average Godzilla movies. Same thing with Godzilla versus Hedorah in my tier list. But like, it's kind of just like, it's an average Godzilla movie, and it's kind of does have a lot of weird moments in it. So, oh, and funnily enough, this year marks the 50th anniversary of Godzilla versus Megalon. Uh, but it's just like each one of these movies kind of like would be interesting to watch in their own right. I mean, just Godzilla versus Hedorah is probably the more weirder one of the three, just of how much happens within it, and just a lot of things I do remember about this movie. But then Godzilla's Revenge, it's a guilty pleasure movie that I watch. It's a guilty pleasure movie that I like watching, but it's just like, so yeah, I'll let you guys decide on which one we'll choose. I just gotta use the restroom real quick, so let you guys kind of vote down in the comments a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we got Godzilla versus Hedorah, Godzilla's Revenge, and then Godzilla versus Megalon. So those are the three choices we got. Yeah, so Godzilla versus Megalon. Okay, right now it looks like it's going to be a debate. It's going to be a choice between Godzilla versus Hedorah and then Godzilla versus Megalon. All right, Crazy saying Godzilla versus Megalon. All right. Now, here's the other question. So, this movie also has the option of watching either the English dub of the movie, or we can also watch the Japanese sub of the movie. But although I think, based on like how the brightness is working, I think it's better to watch the English dub of the movie. So, but like, it's either your choice. We can either watch the English dub or the Japanese sub. Or did I put Super Sentai? All right. Although it is fair to warn you guys, with the English dub, especially of Godzilla vs. Megalon, uh, the kid in that movie with the best, especially with the English dub, he is extremely annoying with the voice they give him. The first thing I want to do before actually putting on the movie is I'm gonna try to see if I can look at the special features because I want to see if there's one of like the English, like the English, the American trailer for Godzilla vs. Megalon. I'm gonna try to turn down the volume more as well because it was kind of loud. All right, setup, English, subtitles off, main menu. Okay, so sadly there wasn't one of the trailer. There's not an option to look at like bonus features, but like the American trailer for Godzilla vs. Megalon, and it's an interesting fact of history that Godzilla vs. Megalon was probably the first Godzilla movie to have like a really wide American release. So a lot of G fans are very familiar with Godzilla vs. Megalon. So I'm going to try to see if I can turn down the brightness even more, just so the movie can be seen a little bit better. All right. Although brightness is... Try to see if backlight will do anything. Okay. I think that's a little like I think that can be seen a little bit better. So yeah, Godzilla vs. Megalon is one of those. Yeah, it's one of those. It's basically the first, like it's pretty much the most notable Godzilla movie to have like a really wide American release. So a lot of G fans are expected like know the history, but like know the kind of plot of this movie and kind of the ridiculousness that happens within it. And it's just like it's so funny. Of also like I've said it many times in like the like more Godzilla focused review, the things I've done with the more Godzilla focused videos I've done of like the American poster of the movie is Godzilla and Megalon fighting on top of the World Trade Center. Uh, just it's funny because it doesn't even take place in New York, and just like it's sad to see it now because obviously the Twin Towers are gone. But just like it was a weird choice to put for the movie poster. And then just with the American trailer of the Godzilla versus Megalon, they called Jet Jaguar Robot Man. Right? And it's like they just looked at him, they were like, yeah, he's a robot and he's a man. That's all the American audience needs to know. So yeah, we're gonna, without any further ado, we're gonna get into it.
In the first part of 1971, on a small island near the Aleutians, the second underground nuclear test took place. This is what happened.
Well, yeah, it's an underground nuclear test. What did you expect to happen? It blew up. Of course, it would blow up.
The effects of the explosion were widespread, even on faraway Monster Island in the South Pacific.
And also, this movie is also notable by the fact that it was one of the few Godzilla movies that was reviewed on Mystery Science Theater 3000. So those guys were just Mystery Science Theater 3000, which is basically a group of a guy and two like robot looking puppets watching bad movies and just kind of making their commentary on it. It's kind of a fun it's kind of just like a fun series that happened. Like I can't remember exactly when it happened, like when the series was made. I'm expecting the titles to be exploding on the screen in a few moments. Yeah, there they go. It's kind of interesting how they like technically most of the text you see here is in Japanese, well, even though the brightness is kind of obscuring the Japanese text, but just but it's kind of like it's almost like for this specific DVD was formatted to be like where you watch it in Japanese. And then here comes the annoying kid.
Looks like fun. Want to try? Yeah, why not?
Why not? I'm high.
A drink? Yeah.
And actually, following up, one of the actors, I believe basically the guy with the sweater and the pink shirt, he's actually the same actor who was in Terror of Mechagodzilla as Ancient Nosey. Of course, we bring a rocket with us on a picnic. You know, I wouldn't put it past you to think that this kid was the actual was an inspiration for the Annoying Orange. I mean, the dude's wearing an orange life jacket. I mean, that's kind of like a ridiculous toy, like a ridiculous water toy to even be playing with anyway. Like what are those what are they even supposed to be? Are they what is that even supposed to be? It's like three dolphin, like Dr. Seuss dolphins.
Come on, let's go.
And there it goes. Down the drain. I just love for right now, like there's literally no context of why this is the opening scene. Like other Godzilla movies, they have opening scenes that make sense, at least in some point. Like in Gojira, the opening scene is with like a bunch of fishermen. They're relaxing, and then all of a sudden, flashes of light come from the water, and the boat bursts into flames, and then uh, and then the main character of that movie, he's called up because he works for like a he's called up about the accident, and then like there's this investigation going on with like what's going on with Terror Mechagodzilla. They're in a submarine searching for uh they're searching for the remains of Mechagodzilla, and then that's when Titanosaurus smashes the submarine. But there's like just no context of why we're starting off with these three guys, well, two guys and a kid, and having like a brief summary of like underground nuclear test happening on near Monster Island.
And now the latest news flash. Earthquakes are still being experienced in many parts of the Pacific. It is said many lives have been lost. According to the National Seismic Institute, the disturbances were undoubtedly caused by the nuclear test. They also warned that more tremors are expected. Incredible, isn't it? What the hell are they trying to do? Wipe us all out or something? Yeah, you're right. They'll kill the whole world off when they submerge the land and drown.
Are they using the same voice actors for those two guys?
I'll tell you. They were continents that existed a long time ago. One in the Pacific, one in the Indian Ocean. Then one day there was a big earthquake. And they both vanished. Mind you, I must say, the majority of historians believe they only existed in legend. Hey, listen, it would be funny if the earthquakes destroyed your robot. Hilarious. Hey.
Hey, look.
What?
Look at the door. It's open.
How quickly do you think we are going to get annoyed of this kid? Did that kid just get kicked in the nuts? Did that dude just have a knife in his hand, but he decided to hit him with the blunt end of it? What kind of sense does that dude Like, what kind of sense does that make? You have a knife in your hand and you're fighting against some other guy, and you decide to hit him with the blunt end of it.
Roxanne. It seems to be okay. Right.
It looks like we're getting a car chase in this Godzilla movie.
Well, they really made a mess of this place.
Up and there's our first glimpse of Jet Jaguar, just without his head.
Somebody's really made a mess of my room too. Why?
Everything's messed up, but nothing seems to be stolen.
That right?
Still, we better make a thorough check.
Okay. Hey, look. I found some funny colors.
That's mine, kid. Don't.
What do you think it could be?
I forget. There's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Brendan Tenold. He occasionally does reviews of Godzilla movies, and I remember the joke he made when he was reviewing Godzilla vs. Megalon. Like when they mentioned that scene, uh, Brendan's like, "Snorted an overdose, kid," just because of like how annoying that kid is. Whew. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty late.
I just don't get it at all. Well, they wouldn't go to this trouble for nothing. They must have been after something of yours.
Well, what's this?
One of them must have dropped a butt.
Yeah? Hey, look. It's the same color as that bit of sand I found.
So it is. You found some sand. This is it. It's sort of red. Probably off their shoes. I found it over near the robot.
Yeah, so thank you guys for staying around with me on this live stream. Yeah, I don't think it like so far for me this it's not as exciting, like it wasn't as exciting as um my Christmas Eve live stream, but this was still pretty fun to do. It was especially on my birthday, so it's like it's been pretty fun, like watching more of Super Go-Go 5, and now this watch along of Godzilla versus Megalon.
Hi. Oh? What's all this?
Big
How's it work?
Is it now? You're a racing driver.
Oh, yeah, but I'm only an amateur.
I had enough of the water. I'm going to stick to dry land.
You really think it'll go?
You bet your life.
I don't know.
I do. I'm going to test it out. Bye-bye.
Take care.
But don't come back, kid.
Hi.
Oh, it's the Idiot Channel.
Come in. Okay.
Oh, yeah, now it looks like Jet Jaguar has now got his head. And also, for those of you who don't know, who have not seen Godzilla vs. Megalon, this was originally supposed to be a Jet Jaguar movie, and it's because Toho was holding this contest of for like school children to send in like a drawing of like basically a kind of like, since Ultraman, as well as that Ultraman and another Japanese series called Spectre Man were kind of popular at the time. They were holding this contest for children to come up with their own like their own like a robot superhero. So one kid was able to draw like make a drawing of Jet Jaguar. So Toho was going to make a Jet Jaguar movie, but then they kind of decided that it might not hold enough marquee value just to have Jet Jaguar in it. So they kind of threw in Godzilla in there into the plot last minute.
Great. You made it at last. You know what? I'll call him Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar, eh? Not bad. You're right. It suits him. That's a great idea.
I don't know why we would call this robot Jet Jaguar, since he doesn't look anything like a Jaguar. But hey, the name suits him. Oh, and here comes the freaking guys who were breaking into the house last.
The eyes are TV cameras. Also, it has automatic evasion devices, so it'll always get out of your way. Hope so. But as far as I'm concerned, it's got right of way. Come on in. It's unlocked.
Yeah, I remember another joke that Brendan Tenold made of specifically one of the one of the actors who plays the characters in here. He would basically look like the Japanese version of Snape from Harry Potter. So it's like specifically the guy who has like the longer hair. So this guy right here.
Seatopia. Receiving you well. Everything's going well. We've managed to occupy the laboratory, and we have the inventor too. That's good. You've done well. Set up the robot and get it to guide Megalon to the target.
I mean, they definitely got like interesting set design for this movie. Yeah, so this is where the movie gets pretty weird. If anything we've seen so far is any evidence of how kind of weird this movie gets. Although I think Godzilla versus Hedorah is the far weirder movie.
We finally have to fight. We don't want to, but the people of Earth leave us no choice. With their nuclear test, they have already destroyed a third of our country. No more. See, Tokyo will strike back. For today.
Oh, that's funny. Like the head guy has his like a Megalon
That's right.
headpiece.
For I will unleash Megalon to protect our land, our underwater world.
We'll harm them.
Megalon! Megalon! Wake up! Megalon! Come on, rise up now! To the Earth's surface! Destroy the Earth! Destroy our enemies! Rise up! Go on! Megalon!
I've not been able to play Five Nights at Candy's. Like I don't even know how to get that, like how to like find that game, because I know it is like it's a fan creation, so I don't know how exactly to get around to playing it. Right now, this is when Megalon shows up. Oh, hey, Arceus. Well, I'm not exactly watching anime per se because it's just a because it's a live action Godzilla movie, so it's more of a kaiju movie rather than anime.
Girl. Let's take it.
Oh.
Oh, they're in a giant frying pan.
We're in some kind of metal box.
What are we going to do? I reckon they need to kill us.
Now then, get busy. Work on this road.
Oh, my movie's freezing up.
Here is a special news flash. Today at 1:30, a new monster emerged from the bed of the now dry Lake Kitayama. At the last sighting, it was heading eastward and has already destroyed many buildings. Do you hear what he just said? Look, we'll just take the container to the dam. Dump it. There's no point in taking it all the way to the lake bed now. Yes, there is. Go on. Right, oh, we will. Look.
I know what you're talking about, Dalaclor. The Sonic OVA Tales. Just the freaking dubbing of some like Japanese, like some characters within like Japanese animation, transferring it over to the US. Like, I don't know why they choose to put freaking make them have such annoying voices. Eh. And how can these guys take him seriously with a gun that just looks so fake? Oh. I know this is another big criticism for the movie is that they kind of rely a lot on stock footage because like around this era of time, like due to like Godzilla, like especially Godzilla versus Hedorah being like so original in concept, like they kind of used a lot of money when making that movie. So like Godzilla, so then the resulting movies afterwards, like Godzilla versus Gigan, and then Godzilla versus Megalon, that they kind of used so much of like the budget that they had to rely a lot on the stock footage, especially when it comes to like military stock footage. But so wait, they throw the guy out of the car and they're still going to dump the box. Like what sense does that make? You toss out the guy that you were doing a job for, but you're still doing the job. No, that's Megalon, not Monster. Oh,
Hey, mister, will you give us a ride, please? That monster, he's here. Where's the European guy? We threw him out of the truck.
okay. So it's uh, either for some reason my version of Godzilla versus Megalon, either my version of Godzilla versus Megalon, like either they either cut certain parts out or just with how like I think my DVD might have just been a little scratched, so it kind of skipped over to uh, a more later part in the movie because I think what happened because the last time we saw him, he was in like he was tied up in ropes, so it's like I think it just they I think it just kind of skipped over that part of him escaping, as well as that getting into the car because what proceeded to happen was him getting into a car chase with some more Seatopia people. I mean, we've already saw a car chase in this movie, like, and it's kind of the problem with this movie specifically that they kind of rely a little bit They kind of rely a little bit on these car chases, is rather than showing the monsters themselves. Looks like Megalon was just going on a wet slide. Just having fun on a wet slide. Oops. And they're dead. They're dead. There's no way they should have survived that.
Roxa! Roxa! Are you alright? Goro. Goro! You alright? I'll live.
It looks like we still got 3 people watching the live stream. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about while we're watching this movie?
Isn't that Jet Jaguar there?
Yes, it is. It's him, all right.
They're controlling it.
It's a pity we can't send Jet Jaguar to go and get Godzilla.
Well, we'll try. But how? With this. I built a miniature control transmitter. In case the main computer failed. Ah, no good. Why not? This thing can only operate when it's got line of sight. On fire!
Once again, you got to give props to the people into the Godzilla suits, like in the monster suits, just because they have to go through so much of having explosives strapped to them, the hot studio lights burning up above them, and just having to be in those heavy rubber suits and just probably sweating like hell. I might as well actually bring out the rejects while we're watching the movie, so yeah, let me get them real quick. All right. So I think I'll have Titanosaurus come out first.
Well, it's worth a try. Everything you can get Godzilla. Sure.
Hey guys,
But still,
how's it going?
at the moment, he's still controlled by the computer. I know, but this transmitter signals will override the computer controls. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Let's give it a try.
it's certainly been a long time since we last seen. I've been last been here. I mean, it's been like since the last live stream during Christmas. You call that jumping, Megalon? I can freaking jump higher than that. Have you seen my movie? I freaking jumped high enough to take down jet fighters. I mean, it's been pretty chill around here. I mean, we haven't had any contentions with the Psycho Rejects, we haven't had any contention with the Psycho Rejects, and I mean, with the Retro Reject being busy and all, we've just been kind of been chilling around. We've been trying to find fun things to do, but like, just the only reason we filmed those Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla adventures is so that whenever we do find something interesting to do.
Jet Jaguar, stop. What the hell's happening?
I was able to read a little bit of that comic. I mean, with me, Nala, Mechagodzilla, and Hashima battling those Daleks.
It's an emergency. The robot. It's returned to the control of the Earth people. What is it doing now?
Yeah, I mean, I really appreciate that you called it my Hurricane Tailwind power, because I mean, I do like calling it that.
Where you are. Who knows? You might get a chance to take it under control again. All right. Contact Star Hunter Universe M. Say we need Gigan's help immediately. Right. Additionally, notify our people on Easter Island.
But when you have people on Easter Island, and speaking of which, Easter is around the corner.
Look at it now. It's all over the place. Yeah, because it's lost its control.
Is he doing a power slide? Wait a minute. If you look closely, whenever he's striking the planes, it's actually Gigan's hook, not his drill hands. Yeah, they're just using stock footage. Yeah, I think the Retro Reject mentioned that like they rely heavily on stock footage just because like they're so over budget. Yeah, I know we didn't have any interactions with Wario, but dang, Waluigi, he's such a traitor. Wait, Monster X. Who the heck is Monster X? I don't think we've heard of that guy before. Wait, is there something about this series we don't know yet?
Hello there. Anyone here? Anyone here? Must have been evacuated.
I guess so.
We've no choice. We'll just borrow one.
Oh yeah, well how does it feel, Godzilla, that you're trying to wait for it to be put in a movie again? Although that you are technically in this movie. What are we playing, charades now? Have you ever heard about Ella King? I mean, and we've heard a bit about him a little bit from the Retro Reject. Like he's a monster from the Ultraman franchise. He like first started in Ultra 7, and then he's gotten a couple of other appearances like in Ultraman Max as well as Ultraman Mebius. And like that, as well as that like spin-off show, like with the I can't remember the exact name of it. It was like Ultra Galaxy or something like that. Ultra Monster Galaxy, something like that. Yeah, so at least we have some, I have some familiarity with Ella King. And then once again, they're just using stock footage of Ghidorah using his electric beam attack.
Yeah, so once again, thank you guys for joining us on this stream. Yeah, I mean, like the Retro Reject said, I don't think it's as exciting as our last live stream, but it's still it's still been pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, we got one. I think I had one glimpse at one of the shorts. I mean, if you made any more, we'll be glad to watch them. Wait, did these guys just seriously steal an airplane from a shop that was abandoned so they could retake their house?
Yeah, so Titanosaurus, I think we should let the other rejects have a turn of having a chance on this stream, because I mean, I think we're about halfway through Godzilla versus Megalon.
Yeah, no problem, Retro Reject. Unless any of you guys want to talk to me a little bit more.
Are you just trying to hog the spotlight, Titanosaurus?
Oh, come on. I'm like the favorite of this YouTube channel. I mean, you can't deny me screen time. I mean, we've been out of action for so long.
Yeah, but we still gotta have time so then that the others can have a turn of screen time.
Yeah, well, I get that. Yeah, all right, we'll bring out Mechagodzilla. And just let me go off to the side, and so Retro Reject can bring him in.
All right. Yeah, so let me get Mechagodzilla in here. Oh. It looks like they're bringing out Gigan. Once again, using more stock footage. All right. All right, here comes Mechagodzilla. Hey, guys. Yeah, so, like, what are we watching? Godzilla versus Megalon? Well, would you look at that? They're using more stock footage from Godzilla versus Gigan. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. I've been doing fine. I mean, the Retro Reject is working on like a tour review video that kind of does revolve a little bit around me. I mean, there's kind of like a little intro segment on featuring me in it.
Are you sure? Of course, look. Right.
Yeah, but so far it's not too bad. I mean, freaking Titanosaurus is kind of just been trying to do things to lighten the mood around here, just because it's been so boring around here.
Godzilla. Okay. Well, that's odd. He doesn't seem to be responding to the signals. Jet Jaguar, come down. Jet Jaguar, come down.
Oh, it looks like Jet Jaguar is going against orders.
Everything's useless now. I think I know what must have happened. He's programmed himself for survival. I built that into it. He's on his own. You sure? You mean he'll simply operate on his own from now on? Without further orders from you?
Well, the one thing I do know about robots is that if you do give them AI, eventually they'll go against what you say and then eventually take over the world. What, is Jet Jaguar seriously gonna fight Megalon in his tiny form? What the? How? How does that work? I mean, when I had to star in these Godzilla movies, all they did was shoot me. All they did was film me from low angles to make me look like I was large. But I mean, hey, at least Jet Jaguar is getting his time to shine in this movie. I mean, the dude's like a decent, like one-time monster. I mean, we've met him a couple of times, and I mean, if we're gonna be honest, he was rather annoying.
Look, you sure you want to go? Could be damn dangerous. I know. But I built that robot myself. I feel responsible. So he's just like a son. That's very touching.
I mean, kind of an odd analogy to say that a robot is like a son to you. I just really consider the Retro Reject more as a friend to me. I mean, I seriously hope you don't consider me like your son. Yeah, no, Mechagodzilla, you are like my best friend, as well as Titanosaurus, Hashima, and Nala. Wait, I thought you guys were. No, we are not more than friends, Mechagodzilla. Well, gee, okay. Wait, dang it, we did it again. We were like talking in sync with each other. Yeah, I know, it can get pretty weird.
Just a bit. It's so big.
If the Daleks came to the Retro Rejects place, what would we do? Well, I mean, we kind of faced against villains. I think more maybe more powerful than the Daleks. I mean, I have missiles, so I could easily probably just shoot them down. And then I have a force field, laser eyes. I mean, a chest laser. I mean, I'm armed to the teeth with things that can probably take down the Daleks on my own. But I mean, then you got Hashima, who's a freaking Psycho Ranger. Or I mean, he's probably trained in hand-to-hand combat. I don't know if the Daleks have ever faced a person like a Power Ranger before. Then I mean, you also got Titanosaurus, who has this Hurricane Tailwind power. I mean, the only person I would say is maybe they'll have a little like would have a bit of trouble. Well, is Nala, considering that she is just a normal lioness. But then once again, I don't know if the Daleks have ever faced a lioness before. Oh, and here comes Gigan.
Whose side's he on? The monsters, of course.
The dude was in. I mean, the dude Gigan was in a movie before this, so you might as well take advantage of using the costume again. I mean, and you also got to admit, I mean, Gigan and Megalon do make it a pretty interesting duo of monsters. Up and looks like Jet Jaguar's in a bit of trouble now. Do I want to get revenge on Godzilla? I mean, it's a weird thing to talk about because, I mean, the thing is that what most people don't know is that, I mean, me and Godzilla, I mean, we're both just actors, whereas doing these Godzilla movies. So, I mean, we were just doing jobs. We had to act like we hated each other. So, we both got a good amounts of screen time. I mean, he's an all right guy. I don't have any ill will against him. And but I mean, if you ask Titanosaurus that question, you're probably going to get a different response. It's considering that Godzilla has appeared in many more movies, or he's than him. Considering that he only got one appearance in a Godzilla movie, yeah, Titanosaurus doesn't think too highly of Godzilla. Though I personally haven't met Gigan. Right, we never worked on a movie together. But I just kind of know him by reputation. And from what I've heard, or from people that have worked with him, he's are they using a banjo? Are they seriously using some kind of like country musical instrument for like Godzilla's entrance? But anyway, as I was talking about with Gigan, at least from what I heard about his reputation, he's uh, a bit more violent when filming these fight scenes, and so I mean basically the directors tell him that he really needs to tone it down. considering that he does have a buzzsaw on his chest and as well as hooks for hands. Whereas if he's not careful, he could actually seriously hurt somebody. I mean, the fact that the very thing happened in Godzilla versus Gigan. He was tasked with what I've heard from the story is that he was tasked with just flying into Godzilla to knock him down, but he moved a little too far to the left, and he accidentally sliced Godzilla's shoulder open. And for some reason, they kept that in the movie. Yeah, all right, Godzilla. I think we should let Nala and Hashima onto the stream since we're getting pretty close to the end. I mean, this is like the final battle, and I don't want this stream to go on a little. I don't want to keep the stream going extremely late, considering I do have work tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I completely understand that, Retro Reject. Just if any of you guys have any like final things to ask me or just want to tell me. Yeah, all right. All right, thank you, Godzilla. I think it's all right. We better let Nala and Hashim on. All right. Well, it was good talking to you guys. We'll see you. We'll hope to see you really soon with the next video that the Retro Reach is gonna make. Was gonna upload. All right. So next is either Nala or Hashima. So you guys can either Nala or Hashima. Who should I bring out next? All right, I think I'll bring out Nala.
Hey guys, it's good to see you guys again. Yeah, I've been doing really fine, Dalek Lord. And thanks for asking. Man, that was some cheap moves, going for sneak attacks on both Godzilla and Jet Jaguar. I mean, you gotta admit, they look like they're really having fun on set. Yeah, I've watched a little bit of those shorts that you had at Dalek Lord. And we definitely appreciate with what you do. Which is my favorite? Well, I haven't had the chance to see a lot of them, but I mean, I do remember that one you made of with the Retro Reject making his cameo, as well as that one you made of that comic you made. You know, I think I do really like that comic one you made of both me, Titanosaurus, Mechagodzilla, as well as Hashima battling the Daleks. I mean, that was pretty cool. As well as Waluigi, that dang traitor. Oh boy, it really looks like both Godzilla and Jet Jaguar are in a lot of trouble. I mean, like I said before, I think they're like, especially Gigan and Megalon, they're having a lot of fun on set. Okay, I know in Godzilla versus Hedorah from the Retro Reject showed it to me one time. I mean, there was that flying scene with Godzilla. I mean, but with Jet Jaguar flying Godzilla out of there, that was a little bit ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
Be prepared to close all the exit points. Urgently. Stand by. To all units. Hurry.
Have they seriously been battling all night? And did it just look like that Jet Jaguar just cut the strings for Gigan, causing him to fall? Well, what's gonna happen now? Uh, uh wait, are they gonna do it again? Ah, I have no words for what just happened. Well, I'm gonna say hi back to Issa, but well, I mean, I would like to meet you in person because, I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that I have a cousin who is a wildcat, though. No, but then yet again, when one of my relatives was a cat that belonged to Laurie Strode, which is the reason why Michael Myers was hunting after me in the Halloween episode. So I mean, it's not that hard to believe. Right, well, I'll certainly check it out just to see her.
All right, now it looks like we're about to come to the end of the movie, so I think we better let Hashima on so he can have a little time before I end the stream.
Well, all right, Retro Rechecked. Is there any other final things you guys want to say? Yeah, I certainly will try, Dalek Lord. All right, well, Retro Reject, you can bring Hashima on. Well, shut up! Just shut up, kid!
All right, so yeah, just before this movie ends, we're gonna bring Hashim on so we can have a little chat with you guys.
Get Jaguar! That's a lot!
Yeah, so hey guys. I mean, it's a long time to see. I mean, it's definitely been a while. Yeah, I've been doing fine. The SHS squad is still, it's still doing great. The Retro Reject's also been working on having the part 2 of the Mobilize SHS squad episode. He's been working on that too. I mean, it kind of, and the weird thing is that since those episodes take place in the past, he's just trying to I've just been trying to send him all the footage of our first ventures. So it's been a lot of trying to track down all the footage so I could give it to the Retro Reject to make the episode, to show it to all of you guys.
What's happened to him? Don't know. I guess he decided his job was done. But still, I reckon he'd do it again. If the need ever arose again. Well, let's just hope that it doesn't. We'll warn the scientists to be more careful in future. And let Seatopia rest in peace.
Just shut up, kid! Oh, he gets his own theme song? I mean, say what you will. I mean, that was an okay theme song. I mean, it looks like the movie ended as well. So yeah, I'll spend just a couple more minutes talking to you guys, and then I think I'll hand it off to the Retro Reject so we can end the stream. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's same as with all the other rejects. We have been checking out those shorts, Dalk Lord. Yeah, it's always kind of weird that I'm the one who always ends these streams whenever we're like either close to the movie being finished. Huh. I mean I'll definitely say hi to her back. Like I don't believe Nala's ever mentioned having a cousin, as in especially that's a wildcat. But I mean, yet again, I mean, she did tell me that she had a relative who was Laurie Strode's cat, and so I'm pretty sure anything with her is possible. Yeah, I think I'll just spend a couple more minutes, I mean, it's getting pretty late. So I think it's about time we kind of ended the stream. Yeah, I mean, this stream's been all right for what it is. I mean, we still had quite a bit of fun. I mean, I wish we did have a little more time, but I mean, the Retro Reject told me he has to go to work tomorrow, so yeah. But I mean, honestly, I can get it. I mean, not a lot of people like other than you, Dalek Lord. You, Dalek Lord, Daily Reacts, and then Crazy Theok work here for the majority of the time. I mean, unlike with the Christmas Eve live stream, I mean, there was definitely a more variety of people who were joining on. And so, I mean, it is during the week. It's during the weekday, so I mean, I guess it was kind of understandable that not a lot of people joined in. It's probably better to do these things during the weekend. Yeah, all right, Hishima. I think it's yeah. I better be ending the stream pretty soon. And it's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, no problem, Retro Reject. Yeah, just any last things you guys want to talk about? Yeah, I definitely will say hi to my squad for me. For you, Doc Lord. All right, we'll see you guys. All right, yeah. So once again, thank you guys for joining me on the live stream. I mean, it's been pretty fun. But I mean, once again, not as fun as the Christmas Eve live stream, but thank you guys for joining me on my birthday. Okay, so, oh man, MonsterVerse, man, I really wish you were able to come here sooner or be on the stream with us, but all right, because like where I'm at, it's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I really, I mean, I'm starting to get pretty tired. All right, but yeah, once again, thank you guys for joining me on the live stream for my 22nd birthday, and thank you, First Man, for wishing me happy birthday. Right? Yeah, I definitely will try to see if I can do another live stream like this in the future. But as for right now, my YouTube plans are that. Once again, my YouTube plans are that next is going to be a tour review, then a tier list video, and then hopefully the next Titanosaurus Mechagodzilla adventure. So thank you guys once again, and I will see you all next time. The old school is